Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Welcome along to the channel. It is Thursday evening. Very, very nearly. Got on what day of the week it was just there. But yes, we are back live streaming once again, and we have ourselves a new season within the World Endurance Championship, the online championships. I believe it is season 8 now. The second season of the World Endurance Championship, and there's been some slight changes to it this year, or this season, compared to last season that ended a couple of weeks ago. So, the first change is that there's no GT3s. I was going to do GT3s in this season because previously I've been running in hypercar. Last season we did the Aston Martin Valkyrie hypercar. Seasons before that we did Porsche. Cadillac is another one that we've done. Alpine as well, going back quite a few seasons now. But yeah, they've made a slight change to the car classes. They still have the hypercar class, but they now also have the GTE car class, which is something that I haven't raced in too much here within the sim, so I've decided to go ahead and join the GTE car class, and we are racing in the Aston Martin Vantage GTE, which should be interesting, should be good fun. Our first race is at Sebring, and another change that they have made is that you only actually get one attempt at this online championship now. In previous seasons we had 2, now it's only 1, so 1 shot per week, and we've got to make it count. So it's a little bit of added additional pressure here, but hopefully we can convert ourselves for a good result, because we have been doing pretty well within the GT classes in other championships, and there's a reasonable number of GTE drivers here. There's 25 of us here in the server. We are in split 1. I think there was only like 50-60 odd GTE drivers in total that signed up to this time slot, so yeah, it'll be interesting to see how we actually fared. No, sorry, scratch that. There's only 13 GTE cars that are signed up. I was counting the number of hypercar cars. Yeah, there's 13 of us. So, hopefully, we can put ourselves in a good position, get some good podiums, some wins, and try and win the championship in GTE. That'll be really, really good if we can do that. I do have a slight conundrum coming here into this race, though, because the GTE cars... Okay, well, I'll bring up the game and we can talk and I can show you what's going on. Yeah, the GTE cars... Oh, you can't see it because of my webcam. Okay, over here on the left-hand side, we actually have quite a few different tyres that we can choose from. In fact, you can see them here on the corners. So we have the soft tyre, we have the medium tyre, we have the choice of the hard, and of course we have the wets. We're not going to need the wets today. Things are all good with nice dry forecast here for the race. Hards are pretty much out of the question, so they don't really offer too much grip. But the choice is going between the soft and the medium. We've only got 8 tyres to actually use across the entire qualifying and race length. Race is going to be an hour and 40 minutes. Yep. As it has been in previous seasons. So I'm at a little bit of a sticking point, because obviously the softer tyres wear out a lot quicker than the medium tyres, to the point that in the testing that I was doing last night, they're going down to about... I'm predicting they're going to end up down about 25% by the end of the first stint, if we maxed out the full stint distance, which obviously is not great, where the tyres really do start to struggle. However, the mediums seem to be about half a second to about 0.7 of a second slower per lap than the softs. Now they will obviously go the distance of the full stint and not really have any worries towards the end, but that pace difference is quite substantial. I'm wondering, do we risk it for a chocolate biscuit going with the soft tyres throughout the entirety of the race, Or do we do that first opening stint on a set of mediums and hope that we have the pace and everything else like that? Either way, it does seem like to me the choice for qualifying is to be going onto the softs, because as you may notice here in the background is sunset conditions. It's 5:45 p.m. in game time, which means that we're going into the sunset, we're going into night. Track conditions are cooling, therefore the second stint should be much cooler. In the night, we should have less tyre wear. So I'm thinking qualifying softs and then save those quali tyres for the second stint. Just what do we do about that first stint? So I'm going to need you guys' help with this in this decision, I think. Do we go with softs, which are going to struggle to last the full distance, but they're about half a second to 7/10 of a second a lap quicker, and they feel more consistent than the medium tyres do as well. It's just I don't know what they're going to be like in that final say the final 8 or so laps, once we get beyond 50% tyre wear and kind of start creeping down towards the 30s, maybe the mid-25s. So let us know what you think I should do. First things first, I'm going to double check to see what everyone else is doing in terms of the tyres. It looks like all the other GTEs are going soft, which seems like the way to go for quali. Well, we'll definitely be changing tyres if we're going in. The hypercars might be alright in terms of tyres, but yeah, we shall see. Anyway, it's good to see you here, chat. Chris, Brian, thank you very much for tuning in and saying hi. Everyone else is kind of lurking. Do say hi as well. We'll jump out onto the circuit in just a second. What have we got? 8 minutes, 20 odd seconds remaining. So I'll just double check that the car setup is all good to go. Looks like it is. Oh. Alright. Here we go. Hopefully we can qualify well. Obviously there's only 13 of us. We are the number 16 car. There are some GTE drivers who have a higher ranking than us as well, so that's good. Right. Anyway, enough waffle. Let's get ourselves out onto the track and get things started. We're gonna have a couple of really slow laps here, just to build a bit of heat and temperature into the tyres without trying not to take any tyre life out of them. It's going to be the aim. Have you noticed the difference in the Aston with any bop changes? I don't know. I know that they've done a in that last patch, they've done some bop updates across the board in all classes, I believe. So hopefully things are a little bit more competitive. I know that in the past, the Ferrari in the GTE class has been probably the most consistent, the best car out of the lot. I've not really driven this car too much, other than just like some quick testing prior to obviously practicing for this here event. Just testing to see what the Aston Martin is like to drive and how it sounds. Because most of the time that I've spent in GTEs has been in the 911 RSR. I thought I'd go Aston this time round just to mix things up. So I was thinking of going the Aston GT3. But yeah, as I said at the start of the stream, we don't have the Aston GT3, it's all GTE cars, so we have gone with this. But yeah, it's hard to tell at this point, Ryan, as to what the BOP is actually like in these cars. In the testing that I have, or the practice service that I have been in, we have been quick. I've been masking my pace somewhat, because I did do some solo practice last night, and my fastest from that was a 2-minute 0.4. And the fastest that I've seen anyone else do is a 2017. But there are some quick guys here in this in this lobby, so... Ah, well, there you go. Look at that, top left-hand corner. Oh god, a 1:59.8. I don't have that sort of pace in me. My theoretical best, I think, was in the 59s, but it's not usually that I can go and actually hit my PB in qualifying. Still, we'll see what we can do. My PB will put me kind of P3 at the moment. Right. Let's get pushing a little bit more. Try and get ourselves a good lap in here. Hey Chris, how's it going? My original plan was to do 2 very calm build laps and then 2 flying laps, but I'm realising that I'm eating into tyres here. I'm going to bail out of this one because of that lock up there. I'm not going to push this one anymore. Yeah, the pace of others is a little bit worrying, as 2 people have now dropped into the 59s. Yeah, I don't want to eat too much out of these tyres because they wear quick. I'm hoping that other people are pushing theirs, going multiple laps. Try and square things up a little bit here. Good drive off the exit. Hello, door. Alright, let's see what we can do. No oversteer this time. Not as quite as early on the throttle as it was previously. Car's moving around a little bit, under braking. Not as tight to the apex as I want to be. Indeed, Chris. And races where my skills are usually at. Oh, we're blowing the braking zone a little bit there. Yeah, we're down at 95% already. It's better. These GTEs are fun. They're a little bit lively. Oh, fraction wide. I don't want to be. Yep, 159 is mad. But I reckon they've done quite a few laps. Yeah, 6 laps. So they will have eaten into their tyres quite a bit. Probably by a good 10%, I'd say. Tell you what, that'll do. That'll do for me. I'll take P6 2 tenths off of my PB. Could have been a little bit tidier and better in a couple of other places, but I want to preserve those tyres as much as possible. Now the big question is, do we go softs? Do we go mediums for the first stint? That is... Oh, it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. Right, I want this. Don't know what I'm going to be doing in terms of stints. And I need for fuel and all that sort of stuff. Okay. So yeah, let us know what you think. Let us know what you think. Do we go softs? Do we go mediums? This first stint. Probably going to be about 30 odd laps. Is the first one. So it's a long way to go on the softs. The softs will probably end up wearing down to, I reckon, about 30-25%, which is really quite low. But the softs are pretty consistently half a second a lap quicker than the mediums are. So it's really, really quite tight. Only taking mediums and GTEs and I'm slow. Do softs have less chance of locking up? I find the softs are more consistent. You've got more peak grip. It's just they wear quicker, and it's going to get to a point towards the end of the stint where they're going to be probably a struggle to hold on to, I reckon. Right, I want to change that.
Teams and drivers go to the grid for a race start.
Okay, we're all set. I think we're probably going to follow what everyone else does. See what everyone else does. Ooh. You're welcome, Dor. Okay, so Paul is starting on softs. I reckon a lot of people are probably going to go soft. Because it is the faster tyre, and you just have to deal with the tyre wear and try and manage it. Yeah, we're definitely going soft second stint. That's a no-brainer. We'll be taking the quali tyres for those. It's just what we do in this first one where the track temperature is it's up at 37.5 degrees. Quite hot. E3's going soft, people behind us are going soft. I think other people are debating the exact same question. Is it soft or is it medium? What do you go with? More people in front are going soft. I think it's going to be softs. We can't miss out on that lap time, basically. That's the thing. I don't think they're faking and changing last minute, no. Someone's going hard. No, they're not. They're not going hard. No way. Right. Soft. Use tyres. Sweet. 62 litres.
Formation lap has started.
Right. One person in front's gone medium. Interesting. I imagine that a lot of us are going to flying past them. Note how gentle I'm being on the tyres coming off the line. I do not want to take anywhere out of them where possible. Right. Turn off the music. Let's get ourselves ready, ladies and gents. First proper endurance race in quite a long time in the GTE cars, so this should be interesting, especially with the hypercars as well.
Green flag, green flag.
Not the best of reactions to the lights, but it's okay. Better than the Ferrari in front, it seems. Let's now just hope that everyone in front does behave themselves and are sensible here in the first few corners in the opening lap. Oh dear, hypercar chaos. That is indeed a hypercar. Glad it was. And I could leave them room and just let them accelerate off. Oh, 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 it's all kicking off. We've got hypers mixed in with GTEs. P1's had a bit of a nightmare start. This is tense. Just need everything to kind of settle down. So I can focus on getting into a flow and rhythm, looking after the tyres as best I can. Oh, the Valkyrie sounds good. I know I was driving it last season, so everyone else is enjoying the sound of my car, but it's nice to hear it being used by other people. But hey, up 2 positions so far. That's a pretty good start. Happy with that. Thanks for the well wishes, Ryan. I just saw the message. I am going to be doing my best to not lock up the tyres, don't worry. We're going to be trying to babysit these as best as we possibly can. Right. Survived the opening lap. Feels like the Porsche behind has got some pace, but that might just be them pushing a little bit harder at this stage whilst I'm trying to ease myself in. They are also on the soft tyre. Ferrari in front on mediums. Interesting. See how that unfolds over the next part of the race here. The car being heavier on tyres. The car behind might be. It feels like they're pushing and attacking it a little bit at this stage, so they're going to be taking life out the tyres. Just trying to drive smooth and clean and kind of babysit them at the moment. Especially as there's quite a bit of fuel in the car as well. It's the other aspect to look out for. Okay, that's much better race pace than I was expecting. I was expecting mid to low 201s to be mid 2-minute flats. It's a little bit crazy, so we may actually go a lap longer than I'm anticipating in the strategy calculator. But the pace is good, actually at the moment. It's on par with what I was doing in a bit of a race test run last night. Where my fastest lap on this sort of fuel was a 2017, so to be knocking on the door of a 2015. Is pretty good, although it felt like I was pushing a fair bit more last night than I am now, so the lap times were a bit inconsistent because the car was moving around a fair amount. Just gotta be careful when running out wide there that don't keep our foot in it too hard, because it's very easy to spin up the rear tyres and send it on round or shy the apex, which is not good because the Ferrari didn't have the best of run through those corners. Excuse me. Nope, didn't want neutral. Alright, so far so good. Let's focus back in. Let's close that gap back down again. As you can see, the Ferrari is struggling. Slight lock up there going in. Slightly wide of the apex, and now in a bit of a twitch mid-corner as they were getting on throttle. Which is exactly like the characteristics of what I was experiencing with the mediums. As I was saying, these softs do just seem to be more settled and offer more peak grip. Thank you for the words of encouragement. Hoping that the leaders are eating their tyres quite a bit more aggressively. And see if we can claw back some of the deficit later on. Because Barkley, even on that lap, has eased off the pace a little bit. Gone mid to high 201s like us three here are doing. Track still at 37 degrees C. Ah. Excuse me. Just trying to clear my throat a little bit here. No. Oh, a bit deeper than I wanted to be. Still, pace is good. Oh, Ferrari wide. We'll soon have hypercars coming as well. Just to stop the tyres spinning up a little bit. We're all doing similar. Feels like, yeah, kind of mid 201s. Feel like the leaders obviously pushed in the opening laps to try and build themselves a bit of a buffer, and then have now dialed themselves back a bit. Smooth run now. See the hypercars are getting closer. Probably going to be the end of this lap, start of next. Yeah, they'll be getting us on the back straight, which would be nice. Lamborghini is leading. Which is nice, something different to the Ferraris. Ferrari in front being scared off their line a little bit there. Worked quite nicely in our favour. Hopefully you pass quick. Do. Go on, you can go before the braking zone. So far, so good. Yep. Indeed there, Rex. Fully agree. wish you hadn't done that, but hey ho. Where are you going, bro? Good thing I got eyes on the mirrors. Really? Go on, outside. Thank you. No. Gotta have eyes on the back of your head with these hypercars coming through, putting their nose in places where you don't want them to be. I've done that to so many GTs. It's a little nerve-wracking being on the receiving end of it, I'm not gonna lie. Still a couple more. Our car almost killing itself. Oh my god, mate. Did get spooked by the Valkyrie there and kind of rolled off the brakes. Cost us quite bad. Still 2 more hypercars coming. And of course you do. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, this could be us. Nope, we're good. Tires are absolutely dead, though. Yep, 63% front left. Big flat spots. Juicy. Juicy, juicy, juicy. Thought I was being a little bit brave there with the flick over to the left. Should have kept it a bit more straight on the approach in. Starts a bit too much steering wise. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. I was worried that I was going to go straight backwards into the wall and lose the rear wing, and it would have been a whole lap as well, driving without it. Too right, Ryan. Yep, I think I agree with you there, Luca. Just started to get a bit overconfident, I think. The good thing is we've got some reasonably good pace. We just have to endure this pain now for the rest of this stint. And hope that some misfortune comes back out, or some better fortune comes back our way. Not some misfortune, we don't need any more. Some encouragement, some likes on the stream would be very much appreciated. And if you're feeling extra generous, you can become a member here on the channel as well. There's a join button down underneath the live stream, where you can become a member for £5 per month. You get early access to videos, exclusive access to exclusive live streams, where we'll be testing and preparing for races, showing how I do the setup process and everything else like that. I haven't done it for this car, nor will I do it for the first round of the ELMS Championship. But next week, Tuesday and Wednesday, I'll probably do some members-only live streams. So if you want to become a member, support the channel, it'd be very much appreciated. You could do so by hitting that join button. Otherwise, a like and subscribe is very good, and of course we'll continue to be doing these races for free for everybody to watch, live streaming them as we are right now. That's not going to change. And something else very cool, I'll be going to the Sim Racing Expo this year, so if anyone's fancies a trip over to Dortmund, or is going over to Dortmund in Germany for the Sim Expo, hope to see you there. If you do see me, which you probably will, in and around one or two booths, do come and say hi. That portion front is very, very wide there. Hey Jensen, how's it going, buddy? My hands are going to absolutely kill by the end of this with the amount of vibration that's coming through the force feedback right now. These flat spots are going to absolutely murder us. Despite the tyre situation, I am trying to push a little bit more here. See if we can close up in the guys in front. Especially Porsche here, who's kind of just tantalisingly close, but not quite close enough to really be picking up any sort of slipstream. And he's making the odd little mistake here. It's going right into the subscription advert started. Yeah, sorry. I gotta mention it from time to time. Gotta get them call for actions in. How many years ago did you start sim racing? 13 now? It was 2012. That's when I first started. I think March, April 2012. I think it was when I first, very first properly started sim racing. I was playing F1 games quite a lot beforehand and a few other racing games. Tokyo Race Series, Grid, things like that, but they weren't like proper racing sims, whereas I picked up the R Factor 2 beta and Project Cars when it was back in very early days of WMD, and that was my first introduction into proper sim racing. Oh, you almost got murdered before turn 1? Damn. That's not ideal. I hope the almost is the prominent part there and you did actually manage to survive and have a good race. Oh no, you did get murdered. My mistake. Didn't quite read that right. That's a bit of a shame to hear. Hopefully, future races do go better. And as Dor says, that's just part of league racing. Partridge, indeed they do. Softs, mediums and hards. We are on a very, very poorly set of softs. Ferrari on medium seems to be struggling a little bit. We are not doing that, Antrax. No, no. Top 5 would be nice, but that podium would have been even better. And it was looming. Alright, here we go. Hypercars again. Rigoletto coming out quite a substantial gap actually on the rest of the hypercar field. Hopefully they'll be kinder this time coming through. Although, judging by the part of the circuit that we are coming up to, and that we are likely to meet at, I am not holding out much hope. Maybe should be okay though. Yeah, we're far enough ahead. I was worried about them diving there. Coming onto this back straight. One good thing about this track, it's actually quite difficult to actually breach track limits. So that's not really a concern here in this race. It's only really the exit of turn 1 there that's quite the risk. Which is nice. I'm pretty sure that's the second time he's dived in from absolutely nowhere. We are not having good luck. Hypercars hustling way harder than they need to. Hyper hassle. P1 and 2 swap positions. Now see Barkley in the lead, whereas earlier he was not. Yes. P2 had a terrible previous lap of a 2:04. There's a face on the shark fin of that Porsche. Didn't quite see what the face was, but there's one there. Do I offer coaching? No, I don't, Luca. It's something that I've considered a couple of times in the past, but I just don't have the time to, the time spare to do it. Struggle enough to doing videos myself at times, but it's yeah, it's something that I've definitely considered, and I do want to do more educational videos. Although, I suppose one good way of getting some coaching is if you do race in Le Mans Ultimate and you want to do some of the special events that feature driver swaps. When I go to basically see who's up for forming part of a team and running under the York Sports Racing name in a car, I do want to start doing practice sessions with all those who are going to be doing it, and with that we can kind of do some light coaching, practicing together, following each other, helping you learn the lines, learn the cars, learn setups and things like that. And we do run telemetry apps, looking at telemetry and showing through that where you can improve. There we go, first law of track limits. You'll be my strat guy. Do you have LMU, Andrex? So there is a race engineer role that would be useful to have someone fulfilling in the races, so they can do all the pit stops. Actually, no, this is actually a terrible idea because I've realised exactly what you're going to be doing in every single pit stop. So you would have complete control over what fuel goes in, what tyres go on, and I know that your one and only choice is going to be wets. I retract my my offer there. Oh, so where's that? How's it going? Well, that's a big lock up. That might have been... It was indeed the Ferrari. Oh, that's the... What was the leading Ferrari? They got some serious issues. Okay. The race is changing a little bit here. They're going to pit. Nope, they're continuing on. Wonder if they got damage, either that or very heavy tyre wear. Watching football? I'm not watching football. I'm racing, as you can see. Yeah, that Ferrari's really struggling. Yeah, Ryan, you'd only put the wet tyre on the one that gets used the most around the lap, around the circuit. I'll take that. Thank you very much. Podium might still be possible. Wonder if they got suspension damage or something. What do you chat and think about PMR game? I'm intrigued by it. I am reserving judgment until I get hands-on with it. Obviously, I've done a couple of videos talking about it kind of from a dev perspective, pointing out things that people probably miss from the trailers and things like that, and overlook and kind of explain how things kind of work behind the scenes a little bit in terms of, I guess, licensing and stuff that I know from working with a lot of the developers at Straight 4 Studios back when we were all at Slightly Mad Studios, because I don't work for Straight 4 now. It's quite similar to Project Cars 4. It's not going to be Project Cars 4 because I worked on Project Cars 4. I know exactly what Project Cars 4 is and entails, and there are no doubt going to be some differences, but they have certainly pushed in a direction that Project Cars 4 was going in. I think it will fall short in some areas. Other areas it will probably exceed what we were doing with Project Cars 4. But I'd be intrigued to see what it's like as an overall package. Yeah, that Ferrari's dying. I mean, we get close to the cars up in front and then we end up falling back. Obviously, our tyres are not in a good place. We're probably quite a bit more worn by 10, probably 15 odd %, especially on that left side. More than the other cars. Yeah, we're down at 44% now. And at this point I should be probably in around 50 odd %. Okay, so it's not actually as bad as I had previously thought. Obviously, still not great. Big flat spots and all that sort of thing, which isn't ideal, but yeah. It's 10 more laps. Or 11 according to my fuel calculator. Or the fuel thing in the bottom. We are gaining on P3, which is also nice. You're right, that doesn't sound about right, Anjax. Like the stream, people. It's free for you. Gives me a little bit of a virtual boost. Okay, we caught that a little bit more aggressively than I wanted to, and that's going to be us boxing this lap because there's no way in hell we can keep pace there. I thought I was going to be a bit silly trying to push through that understeer, but I thought the car was going to bite at some point. But no, the barrier bit. I imagine that's probably what happened to the old P1. It's quite a frustration. We're going to need a full tank, I think. Or just under. Oh, 209! Oh. Replace brakes! I don't want to replace brakes. No wonder it's taking so fucking long. That's an extra 2 minutes just from that. Ugh. They really need to have... Oh, you can do it. Ignore me then. My own silly inexperience. What I was going to say, what they really need to have is a way to press and hold the fuel adjustment button rather than me tapping the button multiple times, because I do it on a little funky switch on my dash. That's how I control the MFD. But as I'm obviously clicking to increase the amount of fuel, sometimes it's registering up or down, and obviously I ended up scrolling and clicking replace brakes to be on. So now we've got 2 minutes set in the pit lane, which has absolutely demolished any sort of chance that we'd have of a good result here, which is a little bit frustrating because we'd had really good pace, but we do have drop weeks. But then again, I'm going to be away at Sim Expo for one of the rounds, so I'm going to be missing out on that. No Andrax. No wet tires. Weeks do not take 120 seconds. Porsche changed it within like 35 seconds at Le Mans once. I really do need to adjust these repair times. Changing tyres is fine. That's a good realistic amount of time, and it feels like the fuel is a good realistic amount of time. But the actual servicing of the car in terms of repairing damage, changing tyres seems way too excessive. Way too high. can change parts on the car pretty quick these days. Especially with a lot of things being clip on and clip off. I know that with the GTEs it's kind of a bit before the time of clip on and clip off stuff. So a lot of it is duct tape or whole new bumpers, front ends and things like that. But still, it feels like it's too punishing for these sort of races. It's not so bad for obviously the proper endurance races, but when you've got these sort of scenarios that take away so much time from the take away so much time from you, it's almost impossible to gain it back under normal racing circumstances when there aren't safety cars and things like that. At least we've got nice new fresh tyres now, or fresher tyres. Just what I want. 2 laps down from these guys, who are all battling, which we would be right there with them if it wasn't for that mistake. Silly little mistake. Obviously, they are yet to pit, so we do have that in hand, but I don't want to be getting held up by them here, which I'm going to for the next 8-9 laps. I can't go mediums, as I am locked into 8 tyres for the whole race. So we're now on our quali tyres. To tip brand new softs for the start of the race in that first stint. This is a little bit frustrating because the guys in front, with them all battling away here, I can see that the medium tyre runners, whoa, going for an early pit. The medium tyre runners are at the point now where they're starting to struggle. Obviously those on the softs would be as well, but felt like we were gaining on the these 2 Ferraris here who are both on mediums. What to do? Do we try and push past and pull away, or do we settle in behind and just wait for them to pit? Because they're kind of in a battle. There's only a second between the 2 of them, but we have the grip to slip on past and then go. It's just will they allow us to do that? That's one way of doing it. Don't care about the track limits. I think he was letting us go there. Worked out in our favour in the end. In a pretty unconventional manner. So if I hadn't changed the brakes out, so where are we? Blue, 11. So we are whole lap plus 15 seconds behind P11. If it wasn't for those changed tyres, we'd be alright. You. These tyres are going to be absolutely destroyed by the end as well. The best part of the whole stint to do on them. It's nice to see some variety in the Hypercars, though. I will say that it's quite a diverse choice. I'm liking it. I've just seen your comment, though, about changing brake pads at home. It doesn't take too long for me and my dad to do it on our cars. But yeah, I saw the Porsche GTE team, I think it was 2018. They changed a set of pads and discs in about 30 odd seconds on both fronts in a pit stop. Obviously, they had the pads and discs and the calipers all there set ready to go. So all they do is take the tyres off, take off the disc, well, obviously disconnect the brake lines, take off the discs along with the calipers and pads, and then just put the new ones on, and then on went the tyres. And that was that. It's not obviously quite as difficult as what it is at home, or doing it by yourself at home. Ah, fair enough. To be fair, it's more my dad does it, and I just stand there and watch. Give him the odd occasional hand if he needs me to hold something. So he might as well be doing it solo. But yeah, don't really clean the calipers as it were. A little bit more room there, please, Cadillac. I've only got myself to blame with the mistakes that I made. All three of them. So I reckon we would have been on for a podium. Who gets yet to actually pit. Oh, that's GT3 off. And that was the race leader. So at least I'm not having a race quite as bad as they were having. I say the race leader, the one that was leading right at the start of the race. Nicholas! Thank you very much, you absolute legend. Thank you for becoming part of the pit crew. Really appreciate that. Oh. Don't think I'm going to be catching the guys up in front, not unless they have some serious issues. There's four of them who are still yet to pit. The race leader, and then the 3 positions in front of me. So we will get closer to them, but I don't think they're going to be losing. 3.5 minutes in the pit stop. Because this membership comes with a challenge. Unlap yourself and claim a podium spot. Unlap yourself? Sure, maybe. Unlikely. Podium spot? Nah. Doggone. Shake and bake. Oh. Someone on cold tires. Come on, Valkyrie, be louder. Let us hear you sing. Alright, we got some cars under a minute. Can we get a top 10? Unlikely. But can we get a top 10? 1 minute and 53 seconds to gain in 10 laps. No, 20 laps. 20 laps. 20 laps. He did indeed. Which is quite unfortunate considering they were leading the race at one point. We're back onto the same lap with a lot of people. Taking another attempt at this race. We can't. They've only got one shot in this championship now. They've removed the second attempt for the World Endurance Championship. There's still 2 attempts on the ELMS one, so the Monday night, which the race actually happened last night when there was the server issues. So yeah, it's like a league race in a way. One shot, one attempt. Can't go again. And even then, the next time this championship runs is on a Saturday, and I am at home in Southampton with my family on Saturday. Well, the whole weekend, in fact. Go down Friday evening and then come back Sunday evening. Right. 10th has just gone through the hairpin. But they are quite a way ahead. Yeah, a minute and a half. Keep an eye on the tyre wear. Try and make it to the end here. So despite what happened, is that Corvette in again for a second stop? No, they are now back onto the circuit. If we didn't change the brakes, we didn't have the 120 seconds, we'd still be in, like, P7. Despite the damage on the car. So I don't think the damage was actually too bad. I think it was The majority of it, at least, came from the changing the brakes when they didn't need to be. Yeah, I think that was just a regular routine pit stop. That Corvette, not a second. Don't do that. Can't be sliding the car into the corners like that. They did a 207, but I think that was an outlap. Said cold tyres at that point. They're going to be on much fresher tyres than myself now. No, Ajax, no. Don't tempt me. Maybe that's what I should have done. I should have qualified on wets. That's very close there, Grigoletto. "30 minutes remaining in the race." God, this one's felt long. Dear. Up to what positions are their points? I believe everybody, as long as they finish, I think it's like 75 or 80% of the race distance, you score championship points. It's not your typical like FIA 25, 18, 15, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's done based on the number of people who signed up to for that event. The more people there is, the more a bit of a multiplier gets applied. Because if you win top split and 200 people sign up, that's better than winning top split and only 50 people signing up. I know you're not racing against all 199 other people, but because you were placed in top split, you theoretically kind of beat all them as well. So therefore you generally get rewarded in championship points from that standpoint. In the sense that the higher the split, the more points you can earn. It might be slightly elo linked, but I think mainly in the sense, as I say there, it depends on what split you're in. I have actually worked out similar championship systems in the past for Project Cars 3 and Project Cars 4. It doesn't necessarily take your actual elo into account, it's more the number of people who are signed up and what split you actually end up in and how many people you beat. So the car in front is quite consistently doing 205s, 206s. Annoyingly, it feels like we're not going to have the laps to actually close that gap down, but if they or anyone else has some misfortune, then we could be in with a chance. Just thinking about that championship stuff actually in the points, it may factor in elo as like the overall strength of field of the split. So whilst your elo contributes in a way, it's not, it's part of the overall, still part of the overall split that you're in rather than each individual player's points. At least that's what I had factored into previous calculations to make it stagger in such a way that those who are in the higher splits earn more championship points for finishing in the same position as those in lower end splits, and therefore giving an incentive for drivers to, or players to improve their ratings and try and get up into the higher splits. Because those of you who played GT Sport in the past, you'll know of the issues there where a lot of players get to the top splits, intentionally tank their rating a little bit, so they go down into the lower splits, say down to split 2 or 3, have a better chance of winning or getting a better result, and therefore a chance of earning more points because the disparity between each split wasn't big enough. So they were basically guaranteed to earn more championship points by being in those lower splits and getting a better result there rather than sticking it out. In the higher splits. It's those sort of things that you have to factor into as a game designer and try to figure out and balance, because obviously those players who can't improve don't quite have the time and dedication to improve and get up into those top splits. They always feel like they're being unfairly treated in that sense. So it's trying to find a balance between making it work across all splits. Yep, good job. I don't like the fact that my oil temperature is continuing to just go up and up and up very, very slowly. Hey, Italo. Don't know if this was asked before, but what's the setting to make that move? So this is Track IR, is what I'm using, which has just been enabled in the recent patch. Track IR 5 is the specific model that I am using. So it's taking my head movements and correlating and putting them into the game, so I can control the camera with my head, even though I've turned the sensitivity of looking up and down a hell of a lot. So it's only really looking at the mirrors and looking in at the apexes. Woo! Oh, that's that Ferrari who was just in front of us when we came out of the pits, the yellow and black one. Who was running on the medium tyres. Yeah, he was leading at one point because he was going much longer than everyone else on the pit stop. It's what we would have done if we didn't have all the issues and all the damage. It's basically go to lap 30, 31, maybe 32. No problem, Tyler. I do get it asked quite a bit, but yeah, it's always cool hearing what people think of it. It's nice that people ask, because yeah, it's something different to the fixed view that I had to drive with prior to the most recent patch, and what most other people who aren't in VR are using. So yeah, I'm using Track IR whilst looking at a nice lovely 35-inch ultra-wide monitor. And it works nicely with triples as well, but I don't have triples. Indeed, we have got a top 10. That I'm quite happy with, or a bit more relieved about, but we should have been on the podium. There's a 9-second gap between P1 and P2. And then a 20-second gap between P2 and P3. A minute and 2 seconds between P5 and P4. So we would have definitely been up there. And been getting the kind of results that I should have been getting. Hey Nicholas, not a huge amount? Depends when you popped off. I'm pretty sure you were here when I had my little incident on my pit stop. So since then, not a huge amount, I've just been kind of circulating, trying to put in consistent laps, trying to look after the tyres. There was a car that retired to the pits. That's us going deep. But yeah, that's allowed us to get up into the top 10. Track temp still 29 degrees. It hasn't actually gone as dark as I was expecting it to. Went much darker in practice. Then again, practice is 2.5 hours and the race is only an hour and 40 minutes, so there's an additional 50 minutes beyond where the race would finish that the practice session continues to go on for. Alright, less than 10 laps. Basically you need to be gaining like 7-8 seconds a lap, if not more, in order to catch P9. I just realised there's a change in the setup that I didn't make between qualifying and race that I was meant to make. I'm going to reduce the rear ride height back down a couple of clicks. Never mind, the car doesn't feel like too bad, but it probably did contribute slightly to our spin earlier on. Oh, you missed the pit stop. Yeah, we lost a hell of a lot of time in the pit stop. Accidentally changed the brakes when I didn't mean to. Be careful of the left front. Burning up a little bit. Where are you going? I was busy looking at the lap times of everyone else on the previous lap. Just casually taking in a line, and I decided to go for a closing gap. That almost killed us, both. Someone needs to have a word with the hypercars. Yeah, true, Luca. It's one day it's going to bite them. That's the thing. I know I've done it myself in the past when driving in hypercars, going for some gaps, but I like to think that are kind of in places like that where there's virtually no sort of braking zone, or it's really, really short. It wouldn't be diving in from quite so far back. I do my best, Jensen. I mean, to be fair, it was more on them going for that gap that was just closing. Like, now, that's fine, right? When you're that close, go for it, because you're already alongside and slipping ahead before I'm committing to the corner. But on the lap prior, I turned in, and I was already going into the apex, and I had to turn out and then turn in again, and even then there was still contact. I mean, I could have turned out a little bit more to completely avoid the contact, sure, but at times you do got to let them know that they've been naughty. Oh, Kitchens has gone off. Uh-oh. I think Kitchens might have damage. Yep, there we go. They lost. I think they've lost a tyre. That's really unfortunate for them. Obviously, it helps us out with a freebie there, but still. I say, I'm in last place. I'm not going to lose any more positions here by helping them out. So I'll do it in the last lap. I want him to go off the circuit. I don't want him on the track here. Because people are still racing. Right. There we go. Texting. 1 minute to go. Let the leader go. Where is the actual race leader? Coming into the final corner now. Still in a bit of a dodgy place. I was hoping that he would have actually pulled off to the track and kind of gotten out the way of everyone else. I thought where I left him there was going to be a relatively safe spot because no one really ends up over on that left-hand side, not unless they spin coming off the corner. There we go, last lap. There are still people who are behind us fighting. Make sure it's kind of out the way of everyone else who's still going. Because I don't want to start pushing this guy as everyone else is still trying to come through the field and end up blocking people who are battling for positions. That's pretty much it, bar from one person. Okay. That's everyone through. Right. Where's the slow zone at? There. Oh. We're going to have a very, very mangled front end after this. GTE centipede. You going back to the pits? Where are you going? Alright, I'm not going pits, you're on your own with that one. Actually, no, I could go through the pits, can't I? Yeah, he's not going to make it go through the pits. Oh. Probably very, 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 very illegal. Right, what box is his? That is the question. Is she stopping in a pit box? Yep, he is. Cool. Well, I imagine it's going to be an absolutely huge repair for them. And hey, at least we got something out of this race. A good deed done. There we go. Oh, we. Yep, Hyper's doing Hyper things. Right, let's go and take a look at the replay. One kitchen safely delivered, indeed. Only 3 positions lost. And we only dropped 1 bar. Wow, okay. Yeah, I was silver 2.2. This bar here was full. So I was expecting to drop down into silver 1 again, but meh. This is nice. I like this. This is actually informative and descriptive as to how you've gained or lost rating. What I don't like is the fact that they've taken away the fact that you can see how much rating you have gained and lost. I think it was fine keeping it as a percentage previously. But now there's like absolutely zero way as to tell how much you've lost. You only really get told that... Yeah, I've just seen that as well, Nicholas. Yeah, you only get told that you've lost rating. 28 contents. Race contact with removable. They did hit the wall, didn't we? And there was a couple of other bits of contact. Right, how many points did we get? 238. Okay, that's not the absolute worst. I should have probably gotten an additional 40 to 50 points though. We had the pace to be 2nd or 3rd. I don't think we're going to beat Nico. Nico, I think, was too quick for us. But Joseph and the Rexy Porsche, we were definitely kind of in and around pace with them. We were alongside them when we ended up spinning, as they capitalised on the mistake with the, or capitalised on the hypercar slipping on through. So yeah, it's going to be 8 races in total. I want to try and do as well as we possibly can. It's not the worst start, but as we are going to miss around, I want to make every round count as much as we possibly can, because we only get 1 drop round, I think it was. Either way, let's take a quick look at the replay. See what happened at the chaos at the start. What are these pings on Discord? They could be work related, so I'm not. Yeah, they are work related. Yeah, I didn't want to open up Discord on the screen because I can't show sensitive work stuff. Making love to the Corvette. Right, let's take a look at this race start. There it is. Look at that beautiful livery. There is only one problem with it though, and I've fixed it, but they haven't improved the livery that I've re-uploaded. From this side, it's fine. It's on the other side of the car that you might notice. So see if you can spot it. But yeah, car looks good. Yeah, I can't see it from this angle either. Let's speed this up. So the reaction to the lights was alright. It wasn't amazing. Still pretty good. Thanks, Chris. It could have been better if we got a better result. Yeah, so it's contact between a couple of drivers up in front. Let's see what actually happened in that pack. I have a feeling it was this. Indeed it was. Oh, bum. Okay. So this guy rejoined alongside me? Yeah, he did. That 3 wide. Oh dear. I was hopeful that we were going to be past this guy, but didn't quite pay off. And then Cadillac diving. Oh, there it is. There's the issue. Did you see it? Did you notice what it was? There, you can see it again. It's only there on the right hand side of the car. And it's not there on the left. Give it a little bit more time to see if you guys work it out. In the meantime, I don't think much else happened here. That's not what I wanted to do. This is... mirrored sponsor? Nope. It's not that. I'll even pause it for you so you can look and see a little bit more closely. Yeah, I can't believe that Cadillac went for that gap there. That was a little much. Oh, that was very cool. Right. This is where the incident happened. I do also want to take a look at the off-board here as well. What was this guy thinking going from this far back? Oh my god. Charles. So he did the right thing of obviously blocking the inside line, and I went over to the left to open up the corner, and then I am braking and turning. No, I got steering wheel pretty straight here. It's the turning here that unsettled me with the bumps as well, and yeah, the car just went. Thankfully, we did manage to stop before we hit the wall, but that hurt the tyres big time. And this was a relatively nice pass when the Ferrari went deep. Slip up the inside there, thank you very much. And then that's when we're crabbing. All because of this sitting on the stake here. Car started washing, just tried to push through. I thought we were going to skim the wall a bit softer than that. Alas, we did not. And then that was a lot of damage from that. Okay. No one else has got it. So I'll tell you what it is. That strip there on the bottom of the side skirt, it's painted white. It's not carbon. So I missed the strip. In the livery, you can see here on this side, it's all carbon. On this side, it is not. That is the little mistake on the livery. And because it's there, and I know it's there, it's annoying me. But, hey ho. It is what it is. Anyway. Thank you very much everyone for tuning in this evening for this first race of the championship. Hopefully you enjoyed the live stream. If you did, please give it a like. And as mentioned earlier, please also consider subscribing and becoming a member here on the channel. It would be very much appreciated having your support. And we shall start kicking off the members exclusive live streams, with the first one probably being either next Tuesday or Wednesday. I say the first one. It'll be the second one that I've done, but it'll be the first one here in this season of the online championships. We will be back Monday for the opening round of the European Le Mans Series, where we'll be driving the LMP2 car, so I hope to see you then. But otherwise, have yourselves a good rest of the week and have yourselves a good weekend. Look after yourselves. Thanks very much for watching. Stay safe and take care.